Hey guys, me again, and well, obviously me is Azrael Frost, and I'm here for you to review Medabots. Uh, I bet most people remember Medabots, that old show, that old one of the probably okay for the generation of I don't know, maybe mine. Medabots would have been one of the first shows you'd seen for like anime. The whole this is what kind of started me into that. I'm sure there's probably a few people. That's not what started me into it. I'll get into that one of these days if you want me to, but yeah, okay. Metabots. I find Metabots hilarious. This show is a very good comic anime. It's of course about the young. It's wow, I cannot talk. Young kids like our main hero, Ikki Tenryo. Holy crap, I remember his name. I thought I'd forgotten everything about this show. Good thing I never prepare for these things. Yeah, I'm kidding. I do slight preparations. When you watch the show, try and remember what I watched. Oh wow, it makes me sound good when I do it like that. Yeah, but okay, I'm gonna stop being silly here. It's about, well, Ikki wanting to be the best row battler in the world. And the whole Medabots and evil schemes to take over the world, and the fact that Medabots were actually around about 10 million, a million years ago or some nonsense. The story does go a bit silly in the first season. I'll admit that. I like the characters all. They're all very good. It's just, it kind of gets silly. Okay, so, premise of the story. Let's see, how do we start? It starts with a man in a mask. A man we call Phantom Renegade, who steals a medal. And that medal, he clumsily drops like an idiot, even though he's a genius phantom thief, and loses it in the river. We then switch to our main character, Ikki Tenryo, who does not have a Medabot and wants a Medabot, but is, you know, a 6-year-old kid who has no income and his parents won't buy him one until he saves up his allowance. So yeah, everyone else has a Medabot, but he doesn't have a Medabot, and he's kind of considered a chump. To be young again. I don't think I'm that old, I guess. I'm only 20. I'm not that old. But yeah. Yeah, it's just like back in the old days. If you didn't have the toy, you're not able to play. And it's kind of weird when I look at Medabots. Medabots are considered children's toys in the show. I don't know why they're considered a child's toy when it can fire weapons. They can kill people. These things have done it before in the show, as it is told later on. It's kind of strange. You wouldn't expect that, considering everyone's like, oh, it's a children's toy. It can't do anything bad. Sir, the death toll just went up to 50,000. Damn it, John, shut up. That whole kind of nonsense. You see what I'm going with. But this is okay. Ikki doesn't have a Medabot. That's how we're starting this. He doesn't have a Medabot. That means he's nobody. He doesn't have one. Not interested. He's a punk. No, wait, no, he's a chump. That's the word. And he's made to feel that every time he says, I can easily kick your ass in a row battle. Well, how about you row battle me, bitch? I don't have a Medabot. Ha! You're such a punk. See, it kind of just works like that. So, as he goes to the store again to look for a Medabot, and by look for, I mean look hopefully at all the models, and then remember that he has no money and loses all of his hope. Such a sad life that lad lived. Until his friend at the store, Henry, says, hey, I'll sell you this cheap piece of junk with the amount of money that you have. And then him and his friend Erica insult him, and Henry tells him to get the hell out. Well, it's kind of obvious you're selling him cheap and junk. You aren't going to get him to say anything nice about it. But as Icky's walking home alone, he finds a medal in the river, which is a coincidence. Isn't that a strange coincidence? I wonder how the hell it was lost. Well, obviously, Phantom Renegade, he lost it, was all that nonsense. And this leads to the birth of Medabots and Icky becoming a famous row battler, fighting the evil of Dr. Meta-Evil, and finding out the truth about the Medabots. Which I am going into, of course. So, okay, what is the truth of the Medabots, you might be asking? Well, if you've seen the show, you know that about a long, long time ago in a galaxy right here on this planet, Medabots had a civilization before humans where they were constantly at war with each other. That doesn't make sense now, does it? No, it doesn't really. It's kind of, I think, it was pulled out of the writer's ass, but hey. It's silly, but hey, it's understandable. Because, well, okay, here's the weird thing about how Medabots are made. Metabot pieces, that's just, taking alloys and stuff and making the body. Now, the metals are apparently clones of the metals found before, aka, in this series there are certain metals called rare metals. They are first metals that are not diluted clones. They are able to use this thing called the Metaforce, which is a super awesome power, though it drains the Metabot's strength when used. It's an interesting idea, and it's systematically useful because it helps save the world and all that, and Metabot friendship, and yeah. Yeah, that's basically it. It's interesting. Now, I like most of the characters in this show. This Erica, the Snoopy reporter who is always looking for the big scoop, even though she's in an elementary school newspaper. Icky, the Medabot fighting genius, who, although he can be very well disciplined with his work, is still a kid and therefore prone to idiocy spasms and tantrums, or just random freak out drama sessions that will be shared with his Medabot Medabots. Yeah, Medabots, that whole main character in the opening of Metabots. They really didn't take much time with his name, I'm starting to think. It just seems silly. Just Medabots. Alright, whatever. It's not a bad thing, I just have slight complaints with that one. It's like, Medabot, really? You couldn't think of something more original? I don't know. Meta, and because he has a beetle medal. That is why he is Medabots. Oh, well, whatever. Hey, I'm not going to keep complaining about that. It's just me harping. Let's see. Yeah, though, Medabots is very entertaining. The voice acting in this show is also pretty good for the whole it was back in the day thing. When, you'll understand what I mean when I say out of sync dialogue if you're watching online, or just in general, out of sync dialogue makes me want to punch walls. Oh, it drives me mental. And that used to be a common problem I noticed in old animes that are brought to the net. That might just be a person doing it syncing error, or it might just be the show itself. It's hard to say sometimes. Old editing software, stuff like that. The fun. Alright, but yeah, it's just... In all honesty, I found the first season of Medabots. It was an extremely well done and entertaining series. The comedy was very good. Featuring, the other Medabots, Smilodon, Neutronurse, and all that. the Metabots were interesting, diverse. The characters that came in were entertaining. They were also diverse. It was very well done. I liked the backstory. I was really interested when I saw that. Like, the first time that this every Medabot went insane was the last, like, about 10 years ago in the show. I can't remember what the heck they called the actual incident, but it's like the 1 week where every Medabot went insane and started killing it all out because Medieval had Dr. Medieval, our main villain of the series with his Rubber Robo gang, had set up a system to take the two champion fighting Medabots and use their rare metals to power a system to make all other Medabots go insane but be under his control. He was a very strange character considering he thought and wished to be a Medabot himself, but was really led by a cat. Well, he wasn't actually led by a cat, he was led by an ancient Medabot who was using the cat. It's a really strange thing. Believe me, watch the show, you'll then say, okay, that makes very little sense. It is what it is, though. It's a very odd thing to see. But, yeah. I liked the first season. I liked the characters. They all did a very good job. I like Karen and Neutroners, Koji and Similodon. Like, I loved the bug phobia episodes. Those were hilariously funny when he started freaking out over the bugs all the time and Similodon would go insane and start destroying things. There was a lot of good, silly, just random episodes. The things with Phantom Renegade or Mystery Metafighter X, who was also Phantom Renegade, who... Okay, I'm just gonna say this. If anyone didn't know who the Mystery Metafighter X was, or Phantom Renegade was, it's obviously Henry from the Metapart store. And that's how it is. If anyone disagrees with me, go watch the show. I don't know what I can say to you to go and say, yeah, it's obviously not Henry. And I'm obviously a cantaloupe. Yeah, it's basically like, you can't say that was not Henry, ever. Because I'm not accepting another answer with that one. No offense, guys, if you think otherwise. My opinion is, it was obvious. It was so obvious. Even if when I was a kid, it was obvious. Just how it is, though. Okay. So, I'm going to go now, actually, more and talk about Season 2, because that's the one I really want to talk about. Because I'm not sure how many of you feel, but in my opinion, I was not impressed with Season 2. Because what I found about Season 2... Well, one, I was watching all of this, like, straight through, and, like, right after the last episode, I turn on the next one, and Icky's voice had changed. That was kind of jarring for a few episodes. Like, okay, wait, his voice... It's like I was watching Raw in the one half again. It's like, halfway through the season, they changed the actor. Kind of annoying. Kind of really annoying. But yeah, it's just, I don't know what else to say about that. There's nothing really to it. It's just, that was an annoying piece. But then it starts getting worse. The Kilobots were not entertaining. Because it's like, oh, they're only here for combat. They don't say anything. Really, they have no emotional entertainment factor. You can't get much comedy. You can't get any comedy out of them unless they were accidentally broken. It was stupid. It was just like, no, this doesn't work. There's no real entertainment. Like, the two main villains, really, which were like Cam and Ginkai. I like Ginkai. I like Ginkai because Ginkai was slightly interesting, and he became more interesting as he came to not be Cam's lackey. But yeah, he made good, decent comedy in the show, and he worked well with like Icky and Medabots with Arc Dash to add some levity. But that was later on, like almost halfway through the series. I don't know. I just didn't find this one as hilarious as the others. It was really disappointing to me. It's like, Cam. What the heck can I say about Cam? It's like, okay, we're gonna give all of Cam's backstory at the end of the series. Oh my god, who thought that was a good idea? That was retarded. You know what made Medieval entertaining? You heard his schemes, or you watched like what the Rubber Robos were instructed to do, and you just like, oh, okay, I understand some of the stuff he's doing, and I understand he's insane. He's also very funny with how stupid his plans are, or ingenious his plans are, if you thought of it like that. I don't know. But Medieval was an entertaining villain. Because he had a presence, and the whole stroking the cat thing while you sit in a chair makes you a James Bond villain wannabe, but still, it worked for the guy. All the whole very short and silliness of him that it was. But Cam. What did Cam have? Cam had emotionally detached, or always like, I'm so evil. Ha ha ha. Oh, you don't matter. Ha ha. He doesn't laugh. Okay, he didn't laugh. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why I was doing this. Like, he didn't laugh. He didn't really do anything. Like, oh, you broke that. Well, I'll go get another one, and I'll just come back. And I don't know why I'm trying to destroy Metabee, because, yes, you're the second best meta fighter in the world, and I should, destroy Metabee to make everyone not want Metabots and buy Kilobots. And yes, that is a smart idea. Ha ha. It's like, why not go after the best one? Why are you doing, like, I didn't understand his motivations, really. It's like, I'm trying to make Kilobots more liked and trying to have them bought, because, oh hey, it doesn't matter if you have a friend as long as you win. It's like, dude, your sales pitch is horrible. I don't know why it matters if you kill Metabee. You're killing the second best guy. Go for the first best. Go for, guy from Team Kenya. Like, jeez, man. Like, Cam never had anything interesting. I liked Black Beetle with him more than Cam. Because that's all it was. Like, Cam's always the exact same. He never changes his methods. It's like, always, I'll throw something at him and it'll break him and I'll win, or I'll use some dirty underhanded trick. I couldn't stand him as a villain, because he added nothing to this. But that's really a personal opinion, of course. He didn't do well. He made it uninteresting. It's just like, why are you doing this? What is your motivation? Explain to me your motivation. I don't know what it is. It's like, he didn't make sense, or he wasn't interesting, or it's just like, yeah, really, that was it. He was not interesting. It's just, comparing him to Medieval is like, you are a weak villain. You are really, really dull. Alright, that's basically my rant on Cam. It's like, I did not like him. He was bad, in my opinion. He was a bad villain. He made Genkai was more interesting than Cam was, and he was the bloody lackey. And they also cut out, like, Karen was gone, Koji was gone, Henry randomly vanished, but he was replaced by, oh jeez, I really don't remember what her name was. It was, the granddaughter of the guy who made the Metabots. And I can't even remember his name right now, but he was entertaining too. I don't know, the whole second season, it never really held well, in my opinion. Because I watched the entire first before I just went into that, and I've watched it all in really rapid succession. It's like, comparing this second series to the first one, it's kind of comparing, I don't know, gold to silver, maybe gold to bronze even. Like it doesn't really compare well to the original of it. It's kind of a sad thing in my opinion. I thought, oh well, it's gonna be good in both sections, but no, it really kind of fell flat on its face there. So yeah, I'm kind of disappointed in that one. It was not what I thought it was gonna be. Yeah, yeah. Or wait, no, the chick who always repaired their Metabots, that wasn't the granddaughter, because Karen was the granddaughter of Dr. Aki. That girl was the who she was his lab assistant or something. I forget exactly what it was, but all in all, yeah, I didn't think that series was that good. The second season did not work. The first season was great. It's well done. But yeah, okay, that's all I can really think to say for this right now. It's more, I just had a rant on Cam because Cam ruined the series to me. Well, if any of you like Cam, I'm sorry, that's my personal opinion. I'm not changing that one. But hey, again, leave your comments if you want. And if you're wondering, I did basically this and the Static Shock review in rapid session, which is why I'm wearing the same shirt. But yeah, okay, just kind of a random thing. I'm probably going to be doing Dragon Guard 2 sometime around soon. Or I'm going to try to. Remember the last time I did it was an awful mess. But again, that's that. So, may you all have a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And I will see you all later.